In this list, we'll highlight the best games for low-end PCs that will keep you entertained without overloading your system. And here's a list of the best 25 games for you to play. Number 25, Freedom Fighters. Brought to you by the same people who made the Hitman franchise. Freedom Fighters was a groundbreaking title for its time. The story takes place in an alternate timeline where the Soviet Union has won World War II and took over New York City. The Americans have shown resistance to such dominance and are fighting relentlessly for their freedom. Take up your arms, unite and fight together against the invaders. It's easily playable game for PCs without a graphics card and can run efficiently on basic lower-level processors. Number 24, Alpha Protocol. What makes Alpha Protocol appear on this list isn't only because it could run on a low-end PC. The game was an ambitious project that combined stealth, role-playing elements, and shooting all together. The results may have pleased some, but in the stealth genre community, the game remains a cult classic that every gamer looking for a hidden gem should experience. The controls are a bit unreliable, but the overall stealth missions are fun to play. And the fighting mechanics are good. Number 23, Hitman, Blood Money. Generally considered the best Hitman game outside of the modern trilogy, Blood Money puts you into the shoes of Agent 47, whose task is to assassinate various targets to complete missions. There are multiple methods to complete your assassinations, from sniping, poisoning, explosives, or even accidents. Blood Money introduced a notoriety system that goes up and down based upon Agent 47's discretion. The louder, more obnoxious your approach, the easier it is for NPCs to identify you. If the player executes a mission perfectly, like killing the target in an accident, notoriety gains would be minimal. And heat gain from earlier missions affect later ones. Number 22, Max Payne 3. One does not simply talk about games for low-end computers without mentioning Max Payne. Considering that the last Max Payne game was released back in 2012, it's safe to say that every entry in the franchise would work on an old PC. Max Payne 3 takes place after 9 years of the events of the second game. Max becomes a private security contractor in Brazil, but becomes entangled in a quest filled with death and betrayal from his closest allies. And confronts every kind of obstacle that stands in his way. Number 21, Saints Row, the Third. Saints Row is a 2011 action-adventure open-world game. The first two Saints Row game scripts were good, but in the third, the game writers did their best work. While the main story provides the most memorable missions and worthy bits of the game, there is much more to Saints Row, and the game puts the player's experience above all else. This game also works smoothly on low-end PCs. Number 20, BioShock Infinite. BioShock Infinite is a first-person shooter video game and the third installment to the BioShock series. This game is not just a game, it's something that every gamer must experience once. The game is set in the year 1912 and features Agent Booker DeWitt, who is sent to the airborne city of Columbia to find and rescue a young woman named Elizabeth. The game brings beautiful graphics and fantastic physics that you will enjoy very much. The game also has a fantastic story and multiple missions in a sequence where you experience the 20th century era. It has low PC requirements and can easily run even on integrated GPUs. Number 19, Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. Prince of Persia is one of the popular game titles in the gaming world. And The Forgotten Sands is the fifth installment in the series. This unforgettable adventure with brilliant and engaging puzzles is worth mentioning. With an all-out war at the gates of the kingdom, the prince's abilities will be challenged like never before through the course of some epic moments during the game. The Prince of Persia franchise will run easily on any PC or laptop, and if you haven't played this series you should try it. Number 18, Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 is the sequel to the original Far Cry and was published by Ubisoft. The entire Far Cry series focuses on creating massive virtual worlds in which you can walk, drive, fly, and anything in between. Far Cry 2 in particular is the best one for lower-end PCs. The game offers action-packed shootouts, stealth missions, assassinations plus a great storyline. Far Cry 2 was released in 2008 and requires very low specifications. The game will run just fine on any integrated graphics and just 1 GB of RAM. Number 17, Fallout, New Vegas. Any of the old Fallout games will happily run on a PC with integrated graphics. But if you had to pick one, and you haven't played it already, New Vegas has a very special charm to it. There's a reason it's the most beloved Fallout on Steam. Fallout New Vegas has everything an RPG should have: a compelling story, deep gameplay mechanics, and player choice. The game will surprise players with how much control it gives them and how it continuously keeps getting better as they go on in the game. Number 16, Tomb Raider, 2013. I don't think Tomb Raider series needs any introduction. Lara Croft was the childhood crush of most 90s gamers. The 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider revived the franchise, and the updated graphics took the series to a new level. The game presents one obstacle after another for the player to work through, with each weapon's upgrade evolving Lara into the deadly force as she is known to be. With advanced gameplay and a multiplayer mode, the story takes place on a fictional lost island off the coast of Japan. Don't get worried by the pretty graphics you see. The game can run fine with just 2 GB of RAM and integrated graphics. Number 15, Age of Empires 3. This game was the first success for Microsoft in the gaming industry. If it hadn't been for Age of Empires, we might haven't got the Xbox. This game laid grounds for future simulation games for all platforms, with Clash of Clans being one of the most famous ones. The game allowed players to build entire civilizations, the elements of which were inspired by true historical ages such as the Stone Age and the Iron Age. The game also won many awards, and it can be played over low specifications PCs quite smoothly. Number 14, Mafia 2. Mafia 2 is an open-world game that is sometimes better than Rockstar's renowned Grand Theft Auto franchise. Both are similar in terms of open-world design and action. Except for the story, which is a gritty drama that is quite unpredictable at times. The game takes the dangerous missions and open-world design to a whole other level, with intense gunplay and exciting car chases. Mafia 2 is one of the best open-world games for low-end PCs. Number 13, Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Another major installment in the best-selling series of tactical shooters. In Future Soldier you join an elite team of highly trained, cutthroat special ops soldiers. Armed to the teeth with unrivaled combat technology and cutting-edge military hardware. Ghost Recon takes you to the globe's most deadly war zones to hunt down the highest value targets. And for those who love tinkering with weapons, the game developers prepared Gunsmith system, which enables creation of rifles and pistols from dozens of various components. The effectiveness of newly constructed weapons can be tested on a training map. Number 12, Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 is one of the best games in BioWare's fantasy role-playing franchise. The game thrusts players into the role of Hawke, a penniless refugee who rises to power to become the single most important character in the world of Dragon Age. The gameplay, user interfaces, and conversation system have all been modified to the point where the game is much more functional and fun than before. Every modification to the gameplay and structure of Dragon Age 2 is a clear improvement over the previous game. The combat is more responsive and bloody, and conversations are more engaging. Number 11, Medal of Honor, Airborne. The game begins in Sicily to war-winning triumphs in Germany. Each mission begins behind enemy lines with an intense and fully interactive airdrop. Your ability to determine your own starting point dramatically changes the way each mission plays out. You can view the entire operation from the air and then control your parachute to choose your landing spot. This is one of the most enjoyable FPS World War II shooters. Number 10, Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning. Kingdom of Amalur is one of the games that are quite similar to The Witcher 3, in case your PC can't handle it. Surprisingly, the game is fun to play, and it holds up pretty well to this day. A remastered version titled Re-Reckoning was released 9 years after the original. This remastered version doesn't add much to the base game, except for some touched-up visuals here and there. It's definitely recommended to just stick with the original as it's more optimized for low-end PCs. Number 9, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is a sequel of the classic Dark Souls, an action-packed RPG with an even bigger open world to explore, better graphics, and a new story to unravel. This unique old-school RPG experience captivated imaginations of gamers worldwide with incredible challenge and intense emotional reward. Dark Souls 2 brings the franchise's renowned difficulty and gripping gameplay innovations to both single and multiplayer experiences. Immerse yourself into mind-bending environments filled with new twisted monsters and deadly bosses. Number 8, Sleeping Dogs. Sometimes you just want to lose yourself in an open world. And what better world to explore than the brutal streets of Hong Kong? Sleeping Dogs is an action-adventure video game that takes place from a third-person perspective. The player controls Wei Shen, a Chinese-American police officer who goes undercover and infiltrates the Triad organization. Sleeping Dogs is incredibly well optimized on PC, and any integrated graphics from the HD 2500 series and up can run Sleeping Dogs, and it runs just fine on laptops as well. Number 7. Call of Duty: Modern Warfare 2. All of the older Call of Duty games until Modern Warfare run fairly well on older systems. And Modern Warfare 2 is also a safe bet, as it runs on the same game engine. Post these games, the franchise moved to a newer engine which has high system requirements. The first trilogy is set in the World War II era and features solid shooting mechanics with a linear storyline. Online communities for these games are mostly extinct, but they provide hours of playable time, making them a worthwhile download. Number 6. Battlefield 3. Released in 2011, the game is one of the best addition to the Battlefield series, where you can enjoy both campaign and multiplayer modes. Battlefield 3 features one of the best shooter mechanics and difficulty of another level. Despite being an iconic military title and having modern graphics, this game isn't that heavy on your PC and just requires 4 GB of RAM, which is very minimal compared to what the latest FPS games require. Number 5. The Elder Scrolls: Oblivion. Oblivion introduces us to a fantasy-oriented open world in which you can find a lot of surprising and weird sights. This just makes the game much more intriguing and fun to play. Aside from doing your main quests which follow the main character finding a way to close Hell's Portal, there are various side quests to complete. You can also do a lot of exploring, sightseeing, and wandering around the vast open world of Oblivion. The game may have graphics that are outdated by today's standards, but it makes up by having a good story and controls. Number 4. Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 is the 5th game in the amazing franchise. This means that if this one is supported on a low-end PC, then you can also play the previous 4 as well. However, Assassin's Creed 3 definitely set a new level for the series in terms of open world design, missions, and storyline. The developers added a lot more freedom in the virtual world of Assassin's Creed 3. You can explore vast maps, hunt animals, liberate cities, trade and craft items and much more, aside from doing the main missions. The best part is that such a great game would run smoothly on old PCs. Number 3. GTA 4. GTA 4 is one of the better games of the Grand Theft Auto franchise and deserves more attention. The game offers players many action missions as they step into the shoes of Nico Bellic, one of the best protagonists of the GTA series, offering an open world that players can explore. With a massive list of side quests to complete, cars to drive, and weapons to master. GTA 4's combat and physics were a huge step up from earlier titles, and in some ways, better than what we got in GTA 5. Which made causing mayhem as fun as ever, and since it's an old game it will run smoothly on almost any PC or laptop. Number 2. The Witcher 2: Assassins of Kings. The Witcher 3 might be Geralt's masterpiece. But Witcher 2 is still a great adventure in its own. The combat takes some time getting used to, but you'll have more control over the direction of the story. Best of all, The Witcher 2 can run smoothly on low-end PCs and integrated laptops, provided you don't mind playing on the lowest settings. Number 1. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Originally released in 2011, Skyrim easily takes a spot in any list with the best PC games of all time. And because it was released 11 years ago, the vast majority of current computers and laptops can run it just fine. Despite its age, the game's visuals still hold up remarkably thanks to its awesome art style. On PC, the game has a huge amount of mods you can use to make the game even more incredible. But it's not particularly recommended to use them if you have a low-spec machine. It is worth mentioning that a much heavier remastered version was released recently. So make sure to download the original Skyrim. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel for more.